Hello and welcome. If you're arriving here with a busy mind, distractions, or even some skepticism, you're in the right place. Many people think mindfulness means quieting the mind or doing something perfectly, but that's not what we're doing here. And in this session today, I want to explore with you how the mind naturally works and how learning to relate to it with awareness can actually create more ease. There's nothing you need to fix or achieve today, just an invitation to notice what's already here. So to begin, I think it's always useful to notice how the mind actually works. The mind is always active, thinking, planning, remembering, worrying, and that's normal. Understanding that is the first step toward creating more space and ease. Think about the mind for a moment and the job it has. The mind's job is designed to think, to analyze, to remember, and to plan. It constantly scans for problems, risks, or any unfinished businesses. And there's nothing bad about it. It's actually really useful. It's helpful. We need the mind. There's nothing wrong with the mind. And I think a lot of the misconception comes in right there, where sometimes we think mindfulness means we're not using the mind as we should, or there's something wrong about it. But the mind itself is a wonderful, important tool for us. It's a practical tool we need every day. It's just that it does not naturally turn itself off. And a very busy mind is not a broken mind, it's just a very working mind. And again, nothing wrong with a working mind. However, it can create stress when we stay in the mind too often and for too long. We don't actually need the mind as often as we think we do. The mind lives in the past or the future. What do I mean by that? The mind is here to analyze everything we do, and it refers to data that we already collected from our past. So when you experience anything today, your brain is constantly working on trying to find a connection how this event relates to something you already know, because familiarity equals safety, right? Because when you know something and you understand something, it tells you what to do, you can predict what might happen, and that creates a sense of safety. And the mind wants you in your body to feel safe, to be safe at all times. So it's really a friend of yours, your mind. It's trying its best to protect you. But sometimes it's a bit overworked. And it's trying to protect you from things you don't need protection of. So when I say the mind lives in the past and the future, what I mean is when you experience an event, a person in front of you, your brain, whether you're aware of it or not, your brain will start to work. Where have I seen this before? And even though it's a different scenario, but it reminds your mind of something you have done in the past or a person you experienced in the past, it will make a link. So even if you stand in front of a brand new person you've never met before, but that person triggers something inside of you that you have heard before, or that kind of character you've met before, it will make that link. And it will set off alerts and alarms in your mind. And it travels into the future. Your mind is now in the future saying, stay away, this will be a problem for you in the future. So you see, it uses the past as a reference and the future to predict the outcome. And again, we do need the mind for that. We use it a lot for analyzing things, making plans in our practical daily life. We absolutely need it. And again, the key here is, but not all the time. It's like the mind is overloaded, and we perceive that as stress. When thoughts run unchecked, the body reacts as if the threat is real. Even though your mind is predicting something into the future, we don't really know if that might be the case. It's just a prediction based on past experiences. But your body doesn't know the difference between what your mind thinks of the past or the future or current event. The body reacts to the feelings the mind creates, and it treats it as a stress. Stress comes not from the events, but from the continuous mental activity. Think about it, right? When you experience something, most often it's that you revisit the event or the issue again and again in your mind. Even if this event, this issue has already passed, your mind is still thinking about it and revisiting it again and again, and you feel that stress. If you have anxiety, let's say if you are nervous about flying, if you have anxiety about flying, if I'm asking you right now to think about taking your first step into an airplane, finding your seat, imagine the sounds around you, you will notice when you really start to think about it, you will already feel the stress in your body. Your palms might be sweaty. Your heartbeat might increase, get faster. And you're reacting as if you're on an airplane, but you're not. But your mind already is. Your mind has now made a connection to your past experience, and it treats it as if this is it. Right now, the present doesn't exist. It lives in the past. Right there, it shows you how the mind works. There's no time. Whatever you think about is real for the mind in that moment, even if there's no threat around you. And so the continuous mental activity is what causes stress and where the mind isn't helpful for us. So we need to understand that we appreciate the mind, but we use it when we need to use it for how we want it to be used. Like we're in charge of how we want to use our mind. Or if we let the mind run freely on its own and create unnecessary stress and anxiety in our daily life. So here's where I would like to introduce the thought and idea of meditation and what meditation actually is, because here is another misconception that I hear a lot. Meditation is not about stopping your thoughts. I've met so many people, I tell them that I do meditation and mindfulness and all of the things I do, a lot of times I have a reaction of, oh, I can't meditate. I try. I can't sit still and I can't stop my thoughts. I couldn't do that. I don't know how you do it. And I want to address this right now because I think it's time that we really look at what meditation is. Meditation is about observing the mind. It's about observing the mind, but not following it. And you see now how it starts to connect. When I just talked about the mind, its job, what it's doing constantly. And meditation is nothing else but just to watch it. It's not trying to fix anything or get rid of it altogether. It's just here to observe, but not following the process of living in the past and the future and starting to create all these unnecessary stress of threats and all that, but just watch where is this going. Meditation creates a space between you and your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer. But often we feel like we are our thoughts. Everything that runs through our mind, we believe is real and believe it's true. Even if it's not, like with the example of the airplane. It's not true. You are not sitting in an airplane right now. Yet your body is reacting to what your mind is feeding it. So the meditation then cuts between that, between you and your thoughts, and understands I am not the thought. I'm simply here to observe. And then when the mind is observed, it naturally settles down. And I really like to use this example with a glitter jar. And this, by the way, works really well with children. I have done this so many times with children, and with children you can actually even make a glitter jar together. It's really fun, and I love it when we can bring mindfulness and spirituality into reality where you can see it and make it a bit more concrete for anyone, not just children. So think of a glitter jar. You know what I'm talking about, right? A glass or container, and there's glitter in it, and filled up, of course, with water and then some oily substance. And when you shake it, there's glitter all over the jar. It's really beautiful. What happens when you look at the glitter long enough? So first you shake it, and there's glitter everywhere. It's swirling around, beautiful but crazy, right? And then you settle the glass somewhere, the jar, and you don't do anything, don't touch it, just watch. And you start to notice how the movement, the swirling motion starts to slow down, and the glitter starts to settle down. Little by little, it's coming down to the ground and settles until there is no more movement. And you clearly see all the glitter at the bottom of the jar and all the liquid above it, separated. The water on the top and the glitter at the bottom. And that is how we observe the mind. Think of the busy mind as when you shake that jar and the glitter is all over the place. Now when you watch it, you can't even follow one particle of the glitter. It's so fast, it's all over the place. And when you meditate, all you do is stop shaking the jar and you observe. You're not saying the glitter is bad. It's actually really beautiful. But you're not obsessed to shake the jar all the time. You just let it be by itself and you watch. You're not saying stop the glitter, because the glitter won't listen to you. It will settle by itself. You don't even have to do anything. All you have to do is set the jar down and watch. And that is meditation. You don't have to actively do anything. You don't have to tell yourself stop thinking, because we know that does not work. If you tell someone stop thinking, they're thinking. You can't stop your thoughts. Not on command like that. But when you start to observe what is there, look at it, see it for what it is, it will naturally settle down on its own. The thoughts might still be there, just like the glitter is still there too. It's not, the glitter didn't dissolve or leave the jar, it's still there. It's just settled. And you can see the water clearly now. It's not clouded by all the glitter all over the place. And that is actually the perfect state where we can think better, more creatively, and organized. When we use those thoughts, they can be there, just not all over the place. So we stop identifying with our thoughts, and that in turn will create less emotional reactivity. So we don't create or make peace. It will happen in its own time when the mental noise starts to quiet down. So all of that is to say the mind's job is to think, and we don't want to change that. It's just our job is to decide when to engage with those thoughts, when it's helpful and useful and necessary, and when to set it aside to rest for a little while. And we should be the ones in charge of it, not our thoughts. Our thoughts shouldn't decide when we think about them. We should decide, I want to engage with these thoughts, I need to work on these ideas, let's work together. And when it's time to set aside and let's look at this another time. This is not at the time. And meditation is the skill that allows that choice. And the more you do engage in meditation, the more naturally it becomes. At first, it might feel like you're going to have to really push yourself a little bit to take the time to settle and to sit with it. But if you keep repeating it on a regular basis, this becomes a simple thing that's actually really enjoyable. Because as you meditate, you start to begin to feel the peace from within, not a forced peace that I have to feel peaceful now, but it just naturally opens up. So I want to practice this with you now for a moment, this meditation, because meditation, again, let's not think of it as this overwhelming task that we need to do. It can be anything. Meditation has many ways there's so many ways to meditate. There's not a right or wrong way. So what I'm showing you now is a simple way. It's not the way. So feel free to do it any way you want to do. Right now, I want to keep this as simple and basic as possible so that we can learn to apply this every day without feeling I can't do that. Because what we're about to do together, anyone can do. So I want you to take a moment to settle. You can sit up just like me, or you can lie down. So don't watch me. Do this with me, okay? I would like you to feel this with me. So I want you to just start with your eyes opened. Just start to notice your breath. And what I mean by notice is just pay attention. Just bring your full awareness to your breathing for a moment. You don't have to change your breathing. Just notice, do you breathe through your nose, through your mouth? And just notice how that feels, coming to your breath. Feel the temperature of the air. And as you are here with your breath, I would like you to start to soften your gaze. And so I'm not asking you to close your eyes just yet. I'm just asking you to perhaps soften your eyelids and perhaps start to gaze down in front of you. So just lower your eyelids and start to relax your gaze. You're not staring at anything. And this will just allow you now to come to your breath with even more awareness. Just you and your breath. And if it feels right, you can now close your eyes gently. And if it doesn't feel right, then just keep your eyelids soft and have this soft gaze in front of you. And otherwise, just close your eyes. Stay with your breathing. Notice the coolness as you inhale and the warmth of air as you exhale. You might notice your breathing slowing down a bit. Pay attention if your body is starting to settle down and rest, or if it starts to feel restless. Either way is okay. Remember, we're here to observe, not to force or do, just observe. Think of yourself as the glitter jar for a moment. Now, all of us are gonna have a different experience. For some of you, your glitter jar is still shaking, and that glitter is all over. You have thoughts racing through your mind, unrelated thoughts, related thoughts, random things coming up, to-do things, worries, to-do lists. Other people have a jar that's starting to settle down. You still have thoughts coming and popping up once in a while, but it's starting to slow down. And then others, your glitter will already have settled. It doesn't mean you have no thoughts. Remember, the glitter is still there, but it feels calm. And you're allowing the thoughts or the glitter to be there as it is. And it feels good, it feels peaceful. So no matter where you are, in what place, whether your glitter is all over the jar or if it already has settled down, remember, all is good. And you are doing really good for just sitting here observing. Because the key is not to have everything settled, but to for once pay attention to what's happening inside our glitter jar. I would like you to take a deep breath in whatever state you are right now. Take a deep breath in and out. Do that again. Breathe in and out. And with our last one together, as you inhale, picture all of your glitter, and as you exhale, use the breath to guide the glitter gently to come down to the bottom of your jar. Breathe in and out, and let things settle. And I want you to now slowly open your eyes and stay with the feeling. You have your eyes open now, but your body still remains in that state of peace. This is just a simple way to meditate. Notice how we didn't have to do anything. There was no right or wrong. It was just allowing ourselves to be. And I hope that you felt that. And if this is all you do once a day, you will feel a difference over time. And you can do this in everyday situations. You can commit to this right now. That every day, every once in a while, throughout your day, take a pause, take a breather, and observe without judgment. And you don't need to wait until you get home on your meditation pillow and do this. You can be out and about at your workplace and just take one breath or two breaths. Everyone has time for breath. You don't even have to close your eyes. You can be amongst other people and do this. All it takes is a breath. Open your eyes, but focus on your glitter jar. And let that be, even if at that moment it's crazy glitter going on. But by noticing it and using your breath, it will start to settle because you allow it to be. You can thank your thoughts and let them know when they are needed and when they're not needed in that moment. You get to decide. So as we come to the end of this session, I want to share that I will be hosting a live online gathering on January 11, 2026. And this will be a similar activity like today, similar in spirit to what you experienced here, with the added element of practicing together as a group. So right now you're doing this by yourself, but we will meet with other people, and it's just so powerful when people come together and can exchange that. It will be more interactive than this, just me talking, but we get to engage with other people, and I just always feel that connection makes everything more special and more relatable. So if you're feeling drawn to begin the year by pausing, settling, and reconnecting with presence in a community, you're very welcome to join. You can find the details and registration on my website, karinmekara.com, KarinMekara.com, or look at the comment section or description for more information. I hope to see you there. I thank you so much for taking the time to just sit with me today in mindfulness and letting me unpack this idea about mindfulness and what it is and what might be misunderstanding sometime about what the expectations are. And I hope you don't just know it now, but you feel it, and that you can take this with you in your everyday life to help you to benefit from it and hopefully feel more grounded every day and peaceful. So again, thank you so much for being here. Much love, and until next time, I hope to see you on January 11th. Take good care.